Close your eyes. second chance, trusted you again. I feel shattered. Broken strings cause you play me like a violin. Shame on me for all your 7 deadly sins. Had it all but you craved attention, drowning in your own reflection. Put me down just to see me get back up again. 6 feet under and you're ready to give all the pain. If I was your new addition, you make me part of your equation. Shattered from the past, wish you were my last. Shattered me to pieces like broken glass. Frozen looking at pictures that we took back in the summer. I thought that I would remember how it used to feel, but this isn't real. Now we're over. Take it all, there's nothing left here anyway. We used to talk, but now we don't know what to say. Now we're just 2 passing strangers. We tried, you lied, goodbye forever. Put me down just to see me get back up again. 6 feet under and you're ready to give all the pain. If I was your new addition, you make me part of your
watch you sleep in my clothes. No, it ain't right, I've been stressing at night. We're together, but I feel alone. How long do I stand here in the fire? How long do I try before I'm on my own? How long do I walk across the wire? Stay till we fall. We don't know how to act. We get chaotic and say things we wanna take back. Is there a reason that we're still together? How long do we stand here in the fire? How long do we try before we're on our own? How long do we walk across the wire? Stay till we fall.
Welcome to the Boise State Game Pants Esports Arena, and you are watching our coverage of the Mountain West Conference VALORANT.
Got you baited.
And VALORANT League. Boise State is looking to pick up their win tonight against UNLV. And so last time these guys played, it was a 2-1. But I'm your host, Brandon Red Hot's Koziancic today. And joining me, of course, is Barrett Tell, who was here last time these two teams played. Of course, last time these two teams played, UNLV won 2-1. And I'm going to ask, what do you think it takes to kind of win this series today for each team, honestly?
I think kind of in contrast to how last time these two teams matched up, there was just a stark difference in confidence, whether that's through map picks or whatever the case may be. Boise State got the early 1-0.
Yeah.
got themselves that place because just hyper aggression was coming through UNLV, and they took themselves the backseat approach, thought a little bit more methodically, and at that point they were able to control the momentum of the game. Boise State needs to find their way to get themselves in the driver's seat and control that momentum.
Yeah, because the last time these two matched up, like I said, they did take the map 1 on Haven last time, so they did win that. I think it was about a 13-6, 13-7. It was a pretty one-sided game, but the next two games were one-sided, UNLV favor. So I think the biggest thing is going to be probably, obviously, comfortability on maps. I think, each map, obviously, it takes, got to have your strats, got to have your things going and stuff like that. I think the biggest thing also is how multiple strats can kind of work out here. If one doesn't work, do you have one that does, or do you have another one that you can actually try? Right. So the biggest thing is kind of once you get one thing going, you can open up other options, and so I kind of love to see that today.
Yeah, the kind of big strides for success for UNLV last time we saw them were just two really good oppers. You had the Chamber and the Jet. Maybe opting yourself with maybe an extra smoke or something to restrict them from having those long sight lines could be an option for Boise State.
Yeah, because I think the last time as well they had the Boise State opted with the Sage rather than more of like a Sage Sova, which is kind of like, obviously you have one initiator, but you're lacking the stuns, because I think the only flash they had on the team for that second map was the Omen Blind. They did have a KO on one of those as well, so I kind of like to see more incorporated with like flashes and stuff like that. Maybe the Breach. We've seen a lot more Breach, and just not only in pro play, but overall in general, we've seen so much cool Breach options, spells, as well as like the Neon stuff that we've seen. I don't think people are going to pick up Neon that fast. She's a really hard character to kind of learn. I think she requires a lot more setup than people realize, with like Breach concussing, and then you're dashing in as soon as the concuss hits and stuff like that. So overall, pretty excited to see like that. We can also kind of go swap to the event card here and show what the Mountain West Conference is and how the rule set is, which is a 5v5. Best of 3, of course. And the conference title is, of course, on the line. This is the semifinals with Boise State taking over New Mexico last week. And then it's a round robin, so they've all kind of played, and we can see that it was Nevada, UNLV, CSU, SJSU, Fresno, New Mexico, Hawaii, and Utah State. So this is semifinals. Boise State did take down New Mexico last week, and so they're looking for the semifinals. If they win this one, they will be taking the spot in grand finals of the Mountain West Championship, which is always fun.
Tomorrow, too, I think, right?
Could be.
Could be. I don't know.
Very well could be. You never know. You never know. But overall, of course, it is good to see that. And, of course, we get to Doc's Keys to the Game, which is brought to us by Drop-In Gaming. In Valorant, you want to flank efficiently, spend and peek wisely, diminish their econ and loot, and dominate those angles. Drop-In Gaming is a premier online platform for gamers who seek competition. Play your favorite games to win cash and prizes through free and paid entry matches and tournaments. Whether you're new to the scene or a seasoned veteran, Drop-In Gaming has the right games and competition for you. To begin your competition gaming journey, sign up at dropingaming.com.
Boom.
Make sure to check that out.
I will. I mean, maybe it's a little bit too past by prime.
So, yeah, here we go. This is the, obviously, the bracket. So we see Boise State beat New Mexico. UNLV took down the Colorado State, and then San Jose beat Utah State, and Hawaii took Fresno State down. So it's going to be whoever wins this game will play the winner of the Hawaii and San Jose State, of course. So I've heard, both teams are actually quite good in the Mountain West. I think both are within, like, I've heard in the top 25 with collegiate. So I know San Jose did do really well last year, so they got a lot of things going for them. And of course, we should be going into map 1, which is Boise State taking on UNLV on the map Haven, which is probably one of the most fun maps, I'd say, because there's so much going on in this map. There's 3 sites, and so it's obviously different than any other map in the game because it has 3 more than 2. But I think there's so many different things I've seen on Haven, and just a lot of different ways people have approached it. Like, a lot of times people will kind of stray away from that B site because it's really hard to hold post-plant unless you actually have the post-plant, I guess, tools where you have that molly, or you have those Sova shock darts, you have those lineups. Like, that's the kind of things I have seen with those B. And as we can see, Calvin is actually going on the Killjoy. What's last time he was playing the Sage, so that's kind of the swap up there. I think that's the only change we've seen from Boise State here. Shells is still on that Chamber. We've seen Skies go crazy on the Operator with the Jet last time we were on Haven, so love to see more stuff from him.
Yeah, seeing anything other than the Sova here for Dreammaker is a weird thing. But on the other side, UNLV sticking to their guns as well.
Yeah. And we can see,
opting for picking
I say last time UNLV did play on Haven, Potato Bacon did play the Neon, but I think They might have been newer to the strat, and it was like one of the last regular season games, so I could kind of see them trying to practice for playoffs in terms of this Neon here, because there was definitely times where he was being a little too aggressive and with nothing to back him up. And what I mean by that is like it's not that his aggression was bad. It was just you didn't have anything there. There wasn't a flash. There wasn't a concuss or anything like that. And we already see the UNLV often with another 2 initiator comp. This is what they've kind of ran with. We don't really see 2 duelists too much besides I think on Split last time they played. I think the 2 initiator and Neon really gives Neon that edge to really go crazy and allow her to play very aggressive.
And that's kind of the motif where we saw kind of highlighted players Infinite, Adam.
Yeah, I'll say Adam is, I definitely want to say UNLV easy. He wasn't a pop-off player by any means, but he's a very consistent player. I mean, his aim every time you saw him on the screen he did not miss the shots that he was gonna miss. So I definitely think you gotta be kind of careful about Adam and kind of popping off. Potato and Bacon does seem like he is a kind of a sway player, and what I mean that is he's not consistent or not. I think it's more so that he has the opportunity to go crazy here.
What are they spelling down there?
Yeah, who knows? It's just It's all chat, man.
It's all chat, yeah, true.
People hit the good luck, have fun, and the next thing you know, they're talking smack about you. Next thing you know, that's what happens in all chat.
That's true. Nice setup.
Yeah, we're gonna have Shells kind of go this long here.
Has the TP ready as well.
Yeah, holding these chambers. Blaireau playing the Sky this time as well. I think he played it last time as well.
Boise State was on attack last time first.
Yes. Yeah.
This is going to be different in that one sense, but everything else except the the Killjoy on Boise State's roster.
That turret's just sitting there, yeah.
Turret will scout at least one, but if double peaks, it shouldn't last for too long.
Yeah, Potato and Bacon kind of doing that little crab peek around the corner there.
Gets the bounce.
Doesn't land.
No, it does not. It's always a tough thing. Dog will come through a short, and there goes the shock as well. Here comes the engage. Paranoia sets forth, and so much distraction. You mentioned utility being the name of the game, and now it's UNLV's time to strike. They'll take first blood, but they'll lose 2 in the trade. The 2 versus 2, 3 versus 3. 2 versus 3, Boise State. Sky's on the flank. Spike will be planted, though. Looking for angles, trying to pop these corners. Finds one shot, will alert the presence of their location. No one watching these angles.
Oh, the blind going through for a moment here. Paranoia going out.
He gets 2! He dashes into nothing, but it doesn't matter. 2v1. Expert plays here from Skies, getting the double headshot.
They gotta be careful. The Skies is quite low here. Does get him.
It doesn't matter! The combo is there. The headshots are there. Boise State getting a quick first blood.
I do want to say that it was a really good setup by UNLV, and they had a really good concuss by Neon. Had a great bounce to the back of sight there. But the problem with that is that went through with the blind from Breach, but they didn't actually push on it. The only reason they got the kill on the left side there was just pure aim one-on-one. Like the Breach, peeked Dreammaker in the corner there and had the 1v1, but other than that, they didn't actually go in with the utility there. So Boise had a really great retake there with Skies coming in, getting 2 huge kills, and of course taking that last round there. That's a big pickup for Boise State in that first round.
Now, historically in this matchup, Boise State typically wins the first pistol round and then proceeds to lose the next 2.
And I do want to say, pistol round is actually a very important round.
Right.
A lot of, I guess, players have talked about and stuff. If you ask a lot of losing teams that's happened, especially the VC teams, they're like, oh, well, what could you have done better? And, we need to win pistol rounds. Pistol rounds really set the tone. And, going up 2-0 is huge. There it is, yeah.
Forward. That's the kind of follow-up you're asking.
I would say there's the Paranoia into the Neon dash. That makes it really hard.
TP up into heaven, but into the smoke will find Dreammaker willing. Alodrone to get some information.
Cooking a little too aggressive there. Alodrone goes out. Yeah, it does tag.
One in hell.
Boise State now going to play another retake here. Paranoia going out.
Nice double Paranoia. They'll dash themselves forward, but meeting the superb display and the shots on lockdown. I don't even think UNLV flinched there.
Yeah, it seems like UNLV obviously kind of toned that, I guess, that little difference there in terms of, timing a little bit. And that time, Paranoia came out, Neon dashed through, really makes it really hard to play with. You can't see her at all, but she's so fast, and she's able to get right in front of you so fast. So, overall, just UNLV forced. They had a lot of confidence there that they could win that round.
As I say, they've done that so many times that, yes, we may have lost the pistol round, but we're spending our whole cash on this next bonus, and we're confident we can win, and so far it's reigned true.
Absolutely, and so now we're going to see UNLV kind of spread out here.
More concussion. The turret will deter for a moment. They know at least one member's peeking long A. Dreammaker trying to find a flank. Will walk into the welcoming pause of the dog.
They are going to be saving versus these, most likely the bonus here from UNLV from last round, these Spectres. So they're going to be kind of careful. They are at a gun disadvantage, but any kill they do get is kind of like a freebie for the next round if they can.
It's going to be a dangerous peek. Dreammaker trying to get these headshots. Finds one. Loses half his health bar and will be collapsed on. Again, that speed there.
Oh.
Yeah. So fast. Nice shot in the back. Calvin almost gets the third. Adam about half HP. They'll get the spike planted, and it's going to be a 2 versus 4. They're watching all these angles. Oh, boy.
So we holding that probably away for this angle for Potato to actually push out here with that Neon, but it seems like he's actually go back into that corner there. So Panda's close enough where they can actually hear him smoke from right there, so they actually know he's just around the corner.
Skies will find one. They're going to 1v3 now. Will be traded away.
Oh, Panda gets one as well. That's not bad. In terms of, like, that's more so just for money gained for Boise State here, because, I mean, UNLV actually doesn't lose anything for dying these rounds because they're going to be upgrading next round anyways. This is a bonus for them, so next round they're going to be going to those Vandals and Phantoms. But Boise State will actually be on Eco there, so it's not too bad. They actually end up lining up here. The one thing is they could probably have an operator on the side of UNLV for how much they saved here, but them not having that jet, I could, you know, basically not see it really. Maybe if the chamber is really feeling it, but, you know, we'll see if that actually goes through.
Doesn't look like it's the case just yet.
No, yeah, there goes the Vandal as well.
The buy up. Opportunity to buy up for the operator.
And it looks like UNLV's looking to do basically the same thing once again. It seems like they might just kind of give this a go until Boise State actually can kind of hold against W Pen. Has a one-way there, looking to A short, of course.
A full rotation back towards C long, though. Two members peeking this long.
Say Boise has a little bit of a hint. Sees one. Oh, here comes the Rachel coming in here. Rolling Thunder coming through.
Wow, they actually collapsed. And again, just the speed at which Neon can follow that up is incredible.
Absolutely.
I mean, that was a full sprint thing.
Yeah, I mean, by the time it actually came up, he was like dazed, and he got all the way to CT there. Yeah. But the thing is Neon could just run you down.
Exactly. Gauge, it just continues to fill up. So many members watching all these sight lines, and they just have a really nice hold on this. Boise State can't even go for a flank.
Say it is 4v5. They do get an op though. Or I think Skies actually had the op anyways. So it looks like Boise State are going to opt to save here. They, you know, basically I think have determined, okay, UNLV has enough on site here. We don't have enough utility to actually kind of take this back, so we're just going to kind of hold back here, and then we'll play for next round.
Yeah, I mean, maybe having a better setup there, or maybe an opportunity for a flanker could be really huge.
Yeah, I would say I think the biggest thing here is UNLV is using their utility really well.
Yeah.
And I think when it comes to attacking in this game, I think a lot of the time it's if you can really use your utility in sync together, it makes the defense so hard to play.
Yeah.
And like, because if you think about it, like by the time the Rolling Thunder's done, Neon's already on top of you.
Yeah.
And so by the time he's dashing in, he has the angle. I mean, Dreammaker, you saw how far back he actually got too. Yeah. I mean, he was all the way to CT. He was next to his teammates. But the thing is Neon kind of can clip that side and then run back out.
Yeah, again, it's a matter of proactivity.
Like, look at this.
So much being used just in one cubby and trying to get that man advantage there. So close to securing it. But Shells will actually pick the first blood this round. Here comes a concussion. They'll actually collapse on the Shells and trade away. And again, the swiftness that Potato and Bacon is playing right now. It's just so fast. Boise State's struggling to keep up.
And this is the thing we've kind of seen, you know, Optic do actually with Victor and stuff. You've seen the Neon Breach combo kind of be a two combo, like a two-man job. And what I mean by that is that Concuss goes out, but Neon can just sprint to the left of it. And then by the time you're actually not concussed, she's right there too.
Yeah.
And with her bounces concusses, she like holds off where you're going to run away to.
Yeah, there's only a few things that could deter that in terms of success.
Like this.
What a nice flank opportunity. Does actually secure it. Gets concussed, only finds one. Take away just a few members there from the roster for UNLV, and going up 4-1 now. Just, again, so much utility used in this. The Cloudburst trying to deter much of the kind of target acquisition. Gives enough time for Shells to pick up one on the other side, but then the speed at which they collapse. Look at the slide across the corner, get that one secured, look into CT. It's just so fast. You know, it's tough, too, because you don't get to see who's being picked on the enemy team. maybe it's just a concerted notion that this is the way that UNLV likes to play Haven, and drafting, a Cypher. That tripwire could be huge to just say, Zara, you have to stop where you are. It's tough, though. They do it again, pulling the trigger, metaphorically and figuratively. Gets the TP out to safety, but it can be easily run down as so much utility, the smoke, the flashbangs, everything is just being used to such nth degree. Get another plant on the other side of the map, tries to get the shots. W Panda tries to find it. The Knives will actually get one. Dreammaker will fall. Knife still active. Panda's trying to go for the paranoia. Dashes through. No, not yet. You're going to use it for the last second. But won't find the members.
Yeah.
Walk into it. And
I mean, I think Boise is definitely having a really hard time dealing with this Neon. I mean, the combos that these kind of guys are doing, it seems like no matter what they're kind of doing, it's either they have to give up sight and play retake, which is already hard enough on Haven as it is, or you have to try to hold that angle from maybe a different spot or have a crossfire set up. But at that point, it's like you should hope they're going to your site. So I guess Boise State is going to have to kind of adapt here to this Neon and figure out, what kind of plan in place can stop this Neon from really taking over the game.
I know that oftentimes you don't like to see money invested in the chamber slow, that dart that then activates the slow on target, but that might be an adaptation that they need to try.
I think also, though, the thing is Neon can actually be so fast. I'm pretty sure she can actually run past it and then dash.
No one else can follow.
Yeah, that is fair.
You single out the Neon,
but I think so far, though, it's like, oh, nice. That's a great,
And you take out the Neon.
There we go. The thing is, they go A here, and Skies does take it down event right away.
Yeah. They're going to go through. No, they're considering.
Yeah, so UNLV still posturing towards A here.
This offers an opportunity rotation for a flank. Boise State on the back foot, both in terms of momentum and the lead of the round so
They
far.
already catch him. He does have the Hunter's Fury available.
He's been so devastating with it as well. The TP's going to come out from Boise State.
Oh, big shock dart.
He gets one. He's still through smoke, too. Dreammaker saying, you cannot challenge this point, not while I'm here. They will finally start the plants. The Hunter's Fury is going to come out.
Oh, a little too high.
A little too. I don't know who that's hitting right now.
He's trying. I think he's trying to see if there's anyone long if they're backing up here.
Going to plant underneath Heaven. Cancel their own TP. Puts us on just a 1 second.
They do know where he is now, though. Dreammaker does get one.
They know that Dreammaker's in Heaven, but they still have yet to be able to respond and deal with him. They finally do take him out. They know that someone's on point. They know that they're probably underneath. Nice shots into the smoke. We'll take out one. The spray and praise could be true. And they get the snap on too. Boise State showing signs of life.
Absolutely, and it starts again with that very first pick of the round. Sky's getting Potato and Bacon down on that Neon, getting it down. It really stops UNLV's plan. Because, I mean, their plan does kind of revolve around this Neon being able to take a site with, other utility coming in as well. I think the moment you stop the Neon, the moment that it's harder for UNLV's comp to actually get through.
Yeah, I mean, Neon being the essence of speed in the game in and of itself, but also, as you mentioned, the essence of proactivity for UNLV. They sat there like ducks, waiting for things to happen because they had no way to be proactive.
Absolutely. Kind of like this play of this swarm grenade and the slow action, trying to maybe catch them off guard here as well.
Enough. Who knows?
And here we are. We're going to see this Neon sprinting long right away. The utility could be following here as well. The Seekers does come out as well. Here comes the Rolling Thunder.
Use everything here in the wall.
Slow does go off. Oh, unfortunately, still gets him though.
Alvin, nice
great shock dart.
They do have heals available. I'm not going to use it just yet because it's just the Neon damage. But
great kill there.
Yet again. Finding a great angle. Oh my gosh, Skies with the sniper eye. They have the chamber roll active as well.
Yeah, true to force also.
So many angles to create threats. It's just too much right now. No, it's not. Potato Bacon's still alive. Infinite's still alive as well. They'll take them out left and right, and the nice collapse and a great retake on the A, but that means now Boise State's going to have to figure out a way to retake C.
And that's the thing is, I did say I think the biggest thing that Boise State really needs to do here is learn how to adapt to this play style. And I think right there we saw The Killjoy does go off. The slow does happen, and like it doesn't stop the Neon. Neon still gets a pick onto the Killjoy, but it does allow Boise State to get into position a little more because they're not as fast getting on site there.
Yeah, any opportunity that you can delay this UNLV kind of comp, you have to use it.
I was say because it does kind of revolve around Neon getting that first pick and staying on that first pick in terms of like holding that angles. And so the moment you trade 1-for-1 with that Neon, the rest of their teammates are too far behind for them to really get things going. Yeah. And as well as Boise State shooting that great spot, Dreammaker knew that, hey, that's a common plan spot we're going to shoot through, and then a great pick from Sky as well.
I was going to say, a lot of these picks that Dreammaker is making specifically are ones where he can't see, and it's just game knowledge.
Also the Sova Special.
Also the Sova Special. Going to retreat. Not feeling confident with the A-push this time. They got the bunny hopping down to a science, though. That's pretty impressive.
Scroll wheel.
Oh, is that what it is? You just scroll wheel and go?
Scroll wheel down.
Well, dang. Now I can bunny hop, too. Learn tips like this at dropping game. It's good. It probably is a lesson, though.
Tito and Bacon is kind of peeking this year, but they do have one in Cubby, though.
There's an ego peek, if anything, trying to bait things out.
Yeah, he's just jump peeking, making sure that, hey, you can't give them the too big of an advantage. They know how they have ops, so you're going to see a lot more jumping whenever you see that operator available, so they can kind of bait out that shot to see where they're playing. Panda is playing here, though. Tito and Bacon is going to back up, yeah.
I mean, they've been pretty successful in their snaps before. Relying on a snapshot is pretty dangerous, but if you're feeling yourself, then why not? Recon Dart will be shot down.
Ooh.
They know that someone was doors, but doesn't get the trigger pulled in time. They're going to continue to just pop shots off each other. No one taking any express damage, but...
Oh, he's close. He got in, though.
For the first time.
Dreammaker is going to kind of...
UNLV under the 30 seconds.
Oh!
Nice shots from Skies.
Great job by Dreammaker there, and Sky's kind of setting up. Dreammaker kind of gives it up. Here it comes. He does dash back sight. They do have the Killjoy ult going now, but the Plume is going to get it there from the Breach. There's a common spot where Breaches can actually plume through right there. Wow. They can always get that. That's a problem. When you see a Breach on this map in the Killjoy, you have to ult in Heaven. If you don't ult in Heaven, then the Breach can do that every single time.
Oh, that's unfortunate. It was what seemed to be a deterrent there for UNLV until they just easily managed.
We do see the Omen ult coming out here. Oh, great job by Calvin D. Gets another one. Blair gets 2 as well, though.
He gets the 3-piece. He gets the 3-piece, maybe the 4. Pulls out the classic, and he'll do it. The stalwart defender with the backup of the team just in time. They are still fighting, though, to kite things up. So nothing to get too excited about just yet.
Great job there, making sure that, hey, they get into a good spot where they can actually trade for, you know, as much as they can there. Does come in. Gets a 4K here from Calvin D. That's a huge kind of spot to step up there. Blair did have a double kill there that almost kind of had it going, but, you know, popped to the classic when he's reloading as well and finished the job.
Boom.
Kind of like how he has that Vandal Classic combo there with the same skin.
Skins, yeah.
Forsaken skin is underrated, and you could not convince me otherwise.
I think it's a great skin line.
It's great. I'm totally not biased because I use that too, but hey.
Oh, yeah, no. No need to be biased. The moment that someone pops out the candy cane, which will never happen.
Okay, they do see a lot of utility coming from A as well, so you can kind of expect Neon coming in. Oh, great shock there from Dreammaker. Oh! Close!
The triple bounce. Man, Dreammaker is kind of like a poet, honestly, when it comes to the Sova play.
That is true. Tato and Bacon is still kind of holding back here. They have to be careful about Skies. They have like no idea that he's up here, I think.
Yeah, I mean, he probably updrafted well before the round even started, so that no auditory cue was available for them. Abandon the post.
Great job by the Panda holding an angle with him. Oh, great job by Infinite, though.
We're going to have a blind on the other side. That'll be instantly shot down. No blinds there. The smoke's there to defend. Oh, unfortunately, they can't see the silhouettes, ladies and gentlemen. We can, they cannot. Dreammaker up in his Pigeon's post. Visibly pulled out.
Spike planted.
Finds the
I say Cook hurt him there, I think.
Yeah, I think the jump gave away the signal that they were standing right there.
The thing is, Boise State does not have a flank this time for this retake, so they're actually be all in this, you know, A main angle. Oh, great job from Breach there. Splitting them up, yeah.
Sky's pushed himself out, but didn't find an angle to find the target. Great call. They're going to ping up to Heaven and just watch every angle possible. Boise State looking just to save.
Slowly back up around me here.
Less guns that you have to purchase, I guess, is the mentality. And
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest thing here is you'll have 2 guns stay over, and I mean, the chances of you kind of really getting in there, especially when you have no flank, no one in heaven, you're trying to force through main, and when you try to only force through a main, it's so hard because the amount of angles the enemy team can play for you to try to push out is just way too much to actually deal with. So I think Boise State just, opted to kind of go from there.
And they're going to pull out their timeout. UNLV so eager to use these timeouts.
And I think it's a good thing. I think timeouts, the biggest thing is the timeout being a minute. We've seen in the past, CSGO has 30 seconds, so it's like you don't really have much time. But in Valorant, it's about a minute. And that minute is definitely enough time for you to really kind of collect yourself and stop a break and stop a momentum break and kind of actually get that time in where you can actually calm down a little bit.
Yeah.
You have a minute plus you have the time for the round, before the time of the round actually starts. So I think those 2 things being in it allows you a lot of time to really reconvene your thoughts and, come up with the game plan that you want within that minute because you don't have to worry about rushing it too hard. You don't have to worry about anything like that. So it gives you that time that gives you just enough time to get that real information out without that other filler stuff that can happen with those conversations.
Yeah, and then beyond that as well, as if your opponents are feeling hot and heavy,
exactly,
it kind of ices them a bit.
No, it really does.
Yeah.
I think a biggest thing is timeouts can be really used to stop momentum, and I think using those for those purposes as well is just kind of use them as a way to, I guess, convene your thoughts as well. Because remember, you get 1 timeout per half.
Right.
So I think UNLV kind of realized, okay, it's round 11 here. Let's use a timeout here. We can use, you never know how teams use their timeouts effectively or not. So UNLV probably feels pretty good about taking the timeout here to get whatever they need to win these next 2 rounds. Then they have another timeout next half.
It's so interesting that the team that likes to play this like go, go, go comp is the ones pulling out timeouts consistently, but if it ends up working for you, gets a way to reassess.
Ooh, great paranoia here from W Panda, but he's actually just sit there back there, so not to get too much off that after all. Here comes the ult coming in.
Zeri ult, one of the more interesting ults available, goes for the long range, actually finds it, picks up the gun.
Oh, doesn't check the right corner.
We've seen this play before from Potato and Bacon, and unfortunately, that is usually...
Here, there it is. See, now Calvin has learned, and he is using this in heaven, even though the breach is dead, but at the very end, it kind of shows that Boise State is adapting to that.
Oh, the double angle!
I think Blaireau, honestly, is a great try. Ooh, Infinite 8 just gets out of it. Bomb has not actually been planted yet, so...
Does he have a spike? He does not.
No, he does not. I think Boise State does, but him shooting, they definitely know where he is now.
They're just going to wait. Triple peek yet again. Try to find an
angle. He's having an isolated 1v1 here, actually.
He is. This is dangerous, and he actually wins it. Trying to find a second peek. A nice teleport there. But it does mean that it's another isolated 1v1 here on point A.
They say great.
He gets the spike, takes the plant. The peek. 4 HP in a dream. Can he do it? He's all alone. No one's going to peek him. He's going to plant under. Oh, my gosh. He actually might be able to pull this off. He's going to peek out from the ceiling. He finds the shot.
I say, Calvin was very patient there, kind of realized that. The thing is once it gets down to that like 10-second, 11-second mark, he knows that he's going to have to stick that. And at that point, he's probably hit him a decent amount of time. So once he starts sticking that, he can push him there and really catch him off that. Because, obviously, once you plant the spike, you have a decent amount of, animation lag at the end of it. So you can't just kind of bring out that weapon right away.
I think it's a very commendable effort for Infinite.
Yeah, I would say. I also think that was a great push at the very beginning there from Calvin. As soon as onto Adam there, as soon as Sight just rushed up to him, didn't give enough time to react. And even if you can hear him, by the time they can hear him and react, he's already there looking at you. Right. So great job by that. And now it's 5-6 in terms of Boise versus UNLV here. So Boise State looking to take this tie for the second half here, whereas UNLV is looking to go up 7-5.
Yeah, and to be said, Boise State's tied things up on defense, which is where UNLV struggled last time we saw them on the map.
And we also got to be careful of the tour de force here. Potato Bacon gets caught right away. That's kind of their marker, but Infinite 8 does trade the skies.
Shots through the door.
Oh, unfortunately, he did have the armor on the doors there.
Goes for the drone through the smoke. Still obscured, still covered.
Oh, does see one.
Actually finds one. Trying to find a second.
Good, yeah, say.
Doesn't have the bolt available. The information still gathered, and now it's a 1 versus 3. Infinite's got to pop off big time here.
Doesn't the tour de force think he has about 3 bullets now at this point? 3 to 4 bullets left, so they're just going to kind of hold this. Boise State does have bombs, so they are in the driver's seat here, but Infinite 8 going to try to obviously make kind of a hero play as well.
They may have a feeling. Infinite going back towards.
So they have a dart in 2 seconds here.
Where would they put it?
Yep, there's 3 bullets left.
So the Vandal as well.
Yeah, say.
Shots into the toes.
Great job there by Calvin.
Dangerous for a second.
Most people are gonna check that right side corner there, so I think Calvin playing that left side close corner is actually a really great call there, because most of the time you're not gonna check that first. That's gonna be probably the last angle you check there as well. So great job just playing that end game round, and that's gonna go 6-6 in the halftime there. I think it's a great job by Boise State to adapt like this, because at the beginning it was really hard. I mean, they didn't know what else to really do. I mean, Potato and Bacon on the neon. Yeah, I would say Potato and Bacon was just running it on this neon, and they couldn't really adapt that, but.
Now they have to play
I do think that UNLV's comp is definitely not catered to defense as much here. They do have the double initiator. They do have that neon. So I think we'll see maybe some potential plays. But I remember last time this is what UNLV kind of had their downfall on, where they played a little too aggressive on the defensive side. So
and not having a jet of their own
exactly,
on this map could be their detriment.
I do have the chamber as well still, though. So chamber is very, obviously can op more than okay. But we're going to see here. Boise State kind of opting with here more of like a little default angle, kind of spreading out here so they get little picks information here. Potato and Bacon playing in this smoke here. He plays with a lot of confidence, so I can definitely see him looking for this. Oh, he does see him, though.
They know that they're there. Oh, that
does get one.
They actually lose it out. The concuss is there. It doesn't really get anything.
Oh, yeah, he had to reload. 1 for 1 here. That's fine for Boise State. You want to get that kind of trade for the attack if you can. Boise State, once again, though, not committing too much. And UNLV as well, not really rotating everything as well. They kind of know that, hey, we haven't seen the rest of their team here. And it looks like Boise State's going to posture towards A or C here as well.
That. Yeah, they put two men pressure into A long, and now they're forcing utility and other things, even shooting into the box just to distract as the rest of the members can lapse onto point C. Nice shots from Calvin to back things up for Shells. Here comes the plant. That works. Into the corner. Very default, but here comes the cavalry. It gives a huge opportunity for Boise to get a flank.
Oh, does get a huge slow there.
This is a big opportunity for a flank.
Saboro got close, though, or Blaireau. Gets 2.
Oh, my goodness. The flank can't come fast enough.
Say it is planted. The bomb is planted for Boise State, but look at this. Panda has a huge flank here.
It's a huge flank. They can't decide what angle to defend, and they will falter in their indecision.
Say it was a great job. At the beginning there, it was kind of scary because UNLV actually had a really good kind of post plant here. Blaireau getting a little around the corner. Couldn't catch anyone else there. And as well as the breach from Adam kind of playing that crossfire with him and getting in those trades. But great job of W Panda having that flank all the way from long. Playing that slow game there, came around and made the difference by having those 2 angles.
In another quasi-famous Riot game, there's a quote that says, "Hesitation is the seed of defeat."
Who says that?
Akali. She used to say it. I don't think she says it anymore.
Okay, that's... Wow.
You're welcome.
Nice, thank you.
Now, we see the Bulldog, kind of a Boise State special, really.
I think the Bulldog is genuinely a pretty good weapon. Like, the thing is if you buy it on the second round there, not only if you win that round, if you bonus the third round, it actually kind of holds up a little, just as well as these Vandals, and sometimes with the right click, of course.
Right.
Shells is going to pick on to Cook right away there. And Potato and Bacon is now literally like probably 5 HP.
They're dangerously low, and they already have the +1. Owl Drone will be here. Scout if anyone's in the corner. We'll find it. Information gathered, no tag, though.
Shells did get that neon long with Potato and Bacon.
Oh, my. How do they keep doing this? Boise State completely pulling the attention from UNLV onto C, and they will completely swarm onto point A now.
I think UNLV's kind of strat here is, okay, they're going to have to overload something there.
Triple flank?
I don't know if he got the ult orb or not. I don't think he did. They were trying to go for it, I think, but unfortunately they're not. But it looks like they're kind of going to go through long and maybe just kind of look for these kills anyways as much as they can as well with these weapons because they are saving.
Right. Still have some firepower. And these 3 in particular are players on UNLV that can be quite devastating with gunplay alone.
We're going to see 2 short kind of holding it. Shells is holding this as well. Trying to flash mid, see if they have a flank. Unfortunately, not going to find anyone.
That's all 5 members.
And it looks like UNLV, I guess, just doesn't want to give the kills away or trying to save.
Right.
Maybe trying to play the outros. But I think if they want, I think realistically here, they actually want to die to the bomb.
So they get
you see here, Adam does run into it.
Yeah, because you get extra money if you die.
Oh, Infinite doesn't. But at the very end, it's not.
Still chamber.
Yeah, he should have enough to buy this at the very least. But I think, obviously, UNLV getting those 2 deaths is big. Making sure you get the extra money. Making sure you get the extra utility point as well. That ult point.
You can't rep that knife if you don't play Yoru, dude.
I mean, you can.
I mean, obviously you can, but you shouldn't. It's disrespectful.
I don't think we'll see Yoru anytime soon.
Nah. Unfortunately.
Fin 8 coming in here. Boise once again kind of playing this standard in terms of just kind of default around, see if they can get any picks. I think it's because in the past here, last time they played, UNLV got really aggressive here. Yeah. So their strat kind of does work if UNLV does play really aggressive. But the moment that UNLV starts playing really disciplined and stuff like that on the defense, it's going to be a little harder on the strat.
I mean, they just tried to use Dog for scouting through Garage.
Yep.
And that, again, that just is a capitalization on your point that they like to be aggressive. They like to be proactive. Unfortunately for defense, you don't get that opportunity.
Wow, Blair actually takes a decent amount of damage there. I think gets most of his shielding, gets a little bit of his HP there.
That's a good spot.
That is a good spot. I agree.
Shell's even putting a defense right there because they haven't kind of pushing out that long, making sure they can kind of go somewhere else. So it makes me believe that they're going to go either this A or B site here. Most likely this A site hit. And Fin8 holds it.
Nice
Unfortunate
shots.
to get one. Oh, does TP away.
It even tags Calvin.
So it doesn't take too much damage either, though. He still has 38 shield, 94 HP, so he's really...
That's true.
30 seconds.
Boise is looking for this A. UNLV's not too ready for this.
Yeah, we see on the other side UNLV's Omen rotating to C, thinking that that's where they'll spring the trap. Now has to go full tails. Cook is running back to point. Has lost 2 team members already. It's only going to get worse from here. Boise State going to go for the plant. You hear the sprinting Neon trying to get to themselves to a point of succession. But the hesitation, what do they have to use in tandem?
Oh, he's running out. He's running out of this thing. I'm telling you right now.
Oh, he's going.
Yep.
He's going full frontal. He doesn't get one, unfortunately. The shots from the duck are there. Duck, duck, goose, Cook will actually get one in the trade. 4 for 5, though.
I will say, it was honestly a decent try there. If you look at it, Potato and Bacon kind of ran back sight there, and he actually was concussed in the back of sight here. Right. So it was a good try, but at the end of the day, Boise had great angles, kind of held those angles, and just played that crossfire.
This is
I mean, look, he's just running out there. Bro. And see, he actually is, he was concussed at least for a second there, or blinded, but Potato and Bacon does kind of jump.
If he turns that into a 2 for 1, though?
I mean, if he gets the first kill, I think it's still obviously Boise State favorite because it was the 3v4 there, so...
You just got to get Dreammaker taken out and then go towards...
This puts UNLV on another save round here.
Adam going very aggressive far forward. Boise State not one to peek without information. And it's so interesting because as we see...
Ooh,
they
Skies
like
gets
to use
item.
the utility for information, right?
Yep.
But we didn't see a lot of that be their motif in map 2 or 3.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just the nature of Haven. There's so much place that enemy team can be, and with that Sky, that's kind of your job. They don't have anything else to kind of get that utility of where they're at, so they have to either use that, that dog, or they have to use the flash there and kind of get the information that way. But also, it did kind of suck that their eco wasn't like fully on the same page. They did have 4 last round, so it didn't really matter too much. But Boise State is playing a really well attack here and really just kind of find the holes that UNLV has and really taking advantage of that. Save him, making a try his best again. Kind of has pretty good Neon movement, so good try there, but unfortunately go down. I think the one thing that I did kind of mention at the halftime here, Baratel, is UNLV's comp is definitely not fit too much for that defensive side.
On this map.
Yeah, on this map in terms of they have that double initiator, they have that bridge, they have the Sky. Right. They don't have a Sova to get that, those angles that Dreammaker was kind of playing on defensive, playing heavy with the smokes, you can kind of see through. Hunter's Fury, obviously, kind of a big deal as well.
Right.
And with that Killjoy, usually if you have that ult, it's hard for the breach to actually kind of reach those spots on attack.
Right.
So
I feel like despite them having less forward firepower, they don't have the jet this time. I feel like they're doing overall better than last time we saw them on the map, and that's just because of the fact that they started on attack.
I also think Potato Bacon obviously is not playing as aggressive as he was last time on the defense side, but they definitely have the chance to bring it back here. But I think the biggest thing is UNLV just keeps getting picked in these scenarios where it just kind of puts them down that number advantage. Just like this.
The barrel will be your downfall. Here comes the recon dart. Nice corner shot.
Unfortunately, he doesn't see the guy at Cook still on B here, though. And there it is. There comes the Killjoy attack. Oh, great pick on Cook, or getting that Dreammaker kill. Here comes the Killjoy ult. They do go through their corners here, but overall gets most of kind of the rotates. So they are going to play off-site here. Looks like UNLV is going to save because their econ has been pretty bad these last couple rounds. They've literally gone buy, save, you know, and so I think the biggest thing here is they can hold 2 guns. They can try to do their best for that, you know, that 12-point round here because the boys should go up 11 here as well.
Holding these angles. Still treating this with as much respect
as
possible.
Of course, and I think you kind of have to. In a match like this is playoffs. This is semifinals. You can't afford to kind of play those, you know, I gotta get those, you know, those kills and stuff like that. So,
yeah, no ha-has. Full save for the 3.
And also, I think it's Haven is such a big map there that, you know, running to them, you're probably not going to find them, and so you just might as well play the, you know, the best play, and stuff like that.
You can play Ring Around the Rosie the entire time on this map. It's just too big.
Yep, so with the UNLV saving here, this is going to put Boise State up 11-6 here, so if they go up 1 more, it will be at least an overtime at the very least, if UNLV can come back from that. So, but then again, it is still 11, so the biggest thing here is UNLV is going to have a very interesting buy. They're going to have that Neon ult available, so they'll have at least 1 kind of eco ready to go. They'll have 2 Vandals left, and they're going to have 2 kind of weird buys here, but they have lost, I think, about 3 or 4 in a row at this point now, so their ecos, they have a lot more money than they usually would by only losing that 1 or 2.
Doesn't look like they're packing a lot of firepower in their roster. I mean, the ones that have saved are the only ones with ARs.
So we see, like, I think they have a Ghost from 1. 1 has a Spectre, and then the Neon obviously has an ult. It looks like they're just going to go with the C-long push here, but there's 2 members of Boise State here.
If they win this out, this starts a huge swing for them.
Great smoke there by Omen. He does get 1 with the ult, though.
Almost gets the second one. Dreammaker left alone. Dreammaker gets the 2-piece with the assistance of Calvin, and despite what looked to be a really forward and kind of proficient push from UNLV, things are still tied.
I would say it's still tied here, but at the very least, I mean, UNLV to get 2 that they kind of needed there. The slow does catch him. They're going to plant B here, which is going to be kind of scary. They don't have too much post-plant things to deal with. They do have the mollies, but it looks like he doesn't have any of them.
Right. Looks like he used them in some other capacity. Calvin going for a
huge flank, flank. Panda gets 1.
Right through the smoke. It's going to be a 2v2.
Trades with the mid, though.
Cook's got to pop off here. We know that Infinite can do so. The shots are there. It's going to reveal your location. The shot on the head. Cook will find one. It's going to be a 1 versus 1. Omen, the top 10 anime battles, finds the TP and he'll actually clutch it up with 4 HP removing.
That's 4 HP there, and it was great because he get a ghost. Hit him with the ghost.
Yeah, got him with the ghost. He truly is the
I mean, that was a really close round there. Cook kind of almost ended up getting him through, but unfortunately it seems like, you know, Panda really kind of clutched out here. Insane TP, though, because he had the angle. He doesn't clear his left, even though he heard the Omen TP, but it goes down to the ghost. Now Boise State going to that 12-6 here, so at the very least it's going to be overtime, but it looks like Boise State is going to try to put away this game here in the next couple rounds.
Yeah. To be fair, now the firepower for the rest of UNLV seems to be in a bit more of a hefty spot. They even have the operator on chamber.
Say Shells does have the 2 to force as well here, but they do have the operator kind of holding that angle. Cook has a huge paranoia, does get 3 of them, I believe, but unfortunately doesn't really do too much for them besides delay them in that garage.
Boise State hovering around C. Haven't pulled the trigger just yet on what.
Oh!
Nice jiggle peek, but it's going to send you to an early grave.
People do forget that you can actually shoot through that C box there, and Shells obviously having that headshot going to take him down. Great shot by Shells. Kind of knowing where that jump peek's going to be there. It's one of those things where you see so many times that you're ready for that. Dog coming through. They're going to shoot through. Does get it. They do see, I think, at least 2. They heard at least 2 anyways. So Seeker's coming down here.
How did he dodge that? I don't know.
And he shot his, and then it was good. Shells gets another pick on the Infinite 8. Infinite 8 did have the operator there, so just stop him there. This guy is going to hold this.
Dangerously close to a UNLV member. Finds it. Shock finds the head. We'll take him out. Gets the 2-piece. And that's a flawless to take map 1.
And Boise State did a great job of adapting there to take game 1. It was looking kind of that, you know, one side of the attack at the beginning there, but ended that half 6-6. So overall, great job. Boise State esports is always looking for talent, players, production, and broadcast talent. Top talent can earn scholarships as well. So sign up today by visiting boisestate.edu/esports for information. That is boisestate.edu/esports. We're always looking for more here on the team. So if you do a Boise State, make sure to apply there. And, you know, obviously we can always work with you in the future there.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
And of course, Bertel, I will say that game 1 was a pretty hype match there. That first half was about as even as you could possibly get there with that 6-6. So Boise State did adapt. It seems like, they had UNLV had a really great attack there at the beginning there, but once Boise State kind of adapted and swapped up their ways, it seemed like it was kind of hard for them to go. UNLV definitely has their strengths as kind of that aggression. I think they do a really great job of that. So overall, I think once we learn what map 2 is, we'll kind of figure out what strengths and weaknesses overall. But I think at the very end of the day, that was a great job from Boise State. And honestly, UNLV definitely still looking good. So I think Boise State, this happened last time. So UNLV, definitely can come back from this. I think Boise State has to stay calm and humble here, and look to take those next 2 rounds here. Yeah,
this is where the adaptation needs to continue to be their driving force, because last time we saw them, they stuck to their guns, kept doing the same thing. Didn't end up working.
Absolutely. So we'll be coming back here with game 2 after this break, so don't go anywhere, and we'll see you after this.
Visit NationalGuard.com to begin your Guard adventure.
Here are a couple lessons I've learned over the years. Friendships come in all shapes and sizes. And always buckle up. Seatbelts save lives. That's a rule we can all live by.
Welcome to the Boise State Game Pants Esports Arena, and you're watching our coverage of the Week 5 Mountain West Collegiate VALORANT. We just saw that Boise State took that first game win, and they're looking to stay, kind of end this match 2-0 here. Right. Overall, a great kind of match with the last game. It was a lot of back and forth there, Bertel, but the difference thing is that Map 1 Haven, Potato actually did really well that attack. They had 7 first bloods that first game, so kind of they ended up stopping him, and I think that's the biggest thing that kind of led Boise State to that victory there, was stopping Potato Bacon and kind of his momentum. I think it really halted UNLV's movements. But I think Icebox is going to be a lot different here. So Icebox is the game, is the map 2. We have this choice here. I could definitely see kind of these agents being swapped up. We did see Potato Bacon last series start with the Neon and then swap to the Jet and actually go kind of crazy with that Jet there last time. So I think overall we can kind of see that happening. And so I am pretty excited to see what agent changes these both teams make. I think we'll see the Chamber. I think the Sage will come back from Calvin D here. Yeah. Sage is a really good kind of pick on Icebox. Allows you to take that B site and kind of wall that main, so you can kind of plant safely there as your team kind of backs you up.
Kind of jiggle peek
as well. Box. Yeah, and I think that Res and Heal. This is kind of an open map. We've seen a lot of rotates and stuff like that on this map. So I think Sage kind of plays a big role here.
Right.
I definitely could see UNLV changing up their plan with the double initiators.
Right.
It seems like their defense kind of had a lot more holes with it, with having that Neon kind of there as well. The 2 initiators, they didn't have really an operator. We saw Infinite 8 with the Chamber take the operator last round, but unfortunately did just get kind of blasted by that tour de force here. So both teams kind of looking to adapt as well for this game 2 for the Icebox. And last time I said UNLV I think is not really taking it too deeply so far, because last time when they did kind of come back here. So anything you're kind of looking for in this map as well from both teams?
I think UNLV shows that last time we saw them on Split, they pulled out the Rays, and I thought that worked to pretty good fruition. Yeah. I think that's also a huge opportunity here for A takes.
Yeah.
Going through mid and trying to push through and get a pick there, and then decide what site you want to take. Not really the best at maybe going for B, but I still think that's something they can use.
Yeah, I definitely think it is an opportunity, but I think we'll probably see the Jet, come out here from Potatoes and Bacon, and I definitely could see, obviously, that Sage kind of taking over that. I could definitely see the one duelist with the 1 initiator rather this time. Sova definitely has a good time in this map. KO has a good time in this map. So
KO's a good adaptation for both teams here, too.
As well. I think these maps, in terms of on-site here, just knowing where they are in those little corridors, especially that silence here, is huge. I'm looking forward to kind of see what they go with at the end of the day here, and of course, kind of a comfort, because last time these two played, we didn't see them play Icebox.
Right.
I think we saw Haven, Split, and I forgot the third one was. Ascent. Yeah, Ascent, right. And so overall, we haven't seen this map of these both teams, so I'm really excited to see Icebox. I love seeing Icebox because, there's so many different ways for people to play here.
I think if you're Boise State, there has to be some sort of consideration for what do we pick to deal with a Jet if they swap to it.
And of course, I think we're going to see Skies on that Jet again. This is a big op map as well.
Yeah.
You can play those different spots, and there's a lot of different spots that are cheeky spots that you can kind of play different rounds. There's obviously that AP that you can play that little tiny corner there.
Right.
I like Icebox because A has a lot of skill expression.
Right.
We've seen, obviously, people in the past using ropes to really pop off in these moments and kind of catch people off guard there, as well as all the verticality this map has on the B side as well. So I love kind of seeing creativity kind of come out here. I love seeing people who are comfortable play these kind of cheeky spots and be able to play it confidently as well.
I like the boxes near B site that you can get on top
of. The crates,
the crates, and then getting on top of tunnel as well.
Exactly, that's a huge thing as well.
Those are giga brain moves that not a lot of people utilize, and especially in a very tense situation like this, it might not be something that you consider, and that round goes the other way. That could be a huge momentum swing in and of itself.
I would say, people obviously think, yeah, you should be wary of those spots, but at the very end of the day, when you're playing in those games, these rounds feel so fast.
Yeah.
So it's sometimes people get caught off guard and stuff like that. So overall, I think it's, looking good, though. I think Boise State, they can kind of use that momentum from the last game to build to the second game here. They can look for at least, the game 2 and kind of secure the series here.
Yeah. In contrast to the matchup we saw prior with these two teams.
Oh, right.
They figured out Neon very, very fast here on map 1.
Yeah.
With that being said, that was something of predictability. They continued to do the same thing, ended up not working. Having those kind of cheeky strats, those different angles to peak, continues to keep your opponent guessing.
Exactly.
And that can get you a huge advantage.
And the thing is we're actually not going to see the Omen, which I did kind of teams definitely the Viper. Viper is actually really good in this map because A, she can hold B site very well.
Yeah.
She can almost solo hold that, at least, she can at least solo hold it enough time for your team to come in and retake. In terms of, you can get them on site and stuff like that, but you can hold them for so long that your team can come and, kind of go that way.
I see Bablara picking up the Sova, though, for the first time. This is a really unique adaptation.
I would say, I think Sova holds so much value on this map. His drone obviously has too much value. His recon darts obviously, kind of get those corners, especially that verticality on that A site.
Yeah.
Sova can actually clear a lot of those. So you don't have to full blind a lot of these angles because a lot of times it's so much to peak.
Yeah.
So I think, kind of having that Sova on both teams really allows the initiator for these duelists to kind of thrive here.
It works so well in tandem with the Viper, too. You have those, even through just throwing your utility where it's obscured until you need to use it through smokes and those Venom clouds is huge. what's super interesting about this matchup is this is I think the first extreme mirror matchup.
Yeah, I'll say that these comps are exactly the same.
Yeah.
So we're going to see pretty much how each team is ready for these strats, how much they've practiced it, and, you know, how much of these agents are they ready for.
Right.
So overall, kind of looking forward to that here. Panda is actually going to go with the split in terms of splitting his smoke on just that B main area there, so we can kind of hold that.
Doesn't want to really foretell where he's placed it, I don't think.
Shell's kind of playing the op spot, where kind of up here in the corner here. Of course, he has his TP available here. UNLV kind of playing really slow at the beginning of the map here. Kind of a lot different already comparatively to that last game.
This is such a huge call out. When your attacking team plays this kind of mid, wait for them to peek, get a pick ideology, it's so interesting because it's testing the reservation for the defenders.
Yeah, and we see W Panda playing up here against Famous Bacon. Oh, he does get him.
Dashed into it. There goes the wall. Here comes the spring of action.
And there's that great wall by W Panda here. Just uses it, gets this one, kind of holds back, waits for the Boise State kind of flank here. Skies is already on the flank and heavily coming in. They do get the plant down.
That's not in the zone. That's outside.
There's a Sky's flank.
One enemy remaining.
Sky gets a flank opportunity. 4 members just on. And they get the double wall in.
So the reason why it kind of looks like it's outside that zone there is because you can kind of plant in that spot, but the thing is, where you plant the spike depends on where you're looking. So a lot of times you have to look away there. So yeah. Okay. And the reason why you look away there is because if you look towards it, it will destroy that sage wall. Because you'll plant inside the sage wall. So you have to look away, then it makes so the wall stays alive, and then you're good there.
This is so interesting. This is, of course, still the game VALORANT, but this is more of a chess match. Because both teams have the same pieces.
Exactly, yes.
And they have to move in the same way, but whoever moves it more efficiently will end up winning. Boise State, again, picking up the first round. Historically, we've seen the second round go the way of UNLV now.
Yep. And also, I do want to kind of touch on, Panda did get Potato Bacon on the Jet. Well, it looked like he was already dashed. And you might say, well, how does that kill him if he already dashed? Jet hitbox is actually active. No, as active where you are of the dash until the dash is finished. So if you shoot where she was while she's dashing, you will actually basically do damage to her until the jet dash is finished there. Wow. So that's why it looks kind of wonky in those scenarios. Yeah, same thing happens for Chamber as well. So that is just letting you know that's why it looks kind of awkward. And you'll see kind of this situation. Well, oh, she dashed. Her hitbox is still active until it's done.
BSU getting a nice pick. We hear the Marshall being called out as well.
Calvin gets a pick right away, it looked like. Or was that? I think it was Panda.
I think it was Calvin.
Yeah, it was Calvin. Okay,
But Calvin last game went 18-8.
So yeah, I would say he definitely went kind of crazy that first game. There had a lot of clutch moments there that, kind of helped Boise State take that first win here. Of course, Boise State is kind of on a bye round. They did kind of upgrade those Spectres and stuff like that, whereas UNLV still has these pistols.
All 4 members just ready to spring into action. Here it goes.
I don't think the Dart's going to see these guys kind of holding there.
He finds
one.
He actually gets the second one. Panda popping off. And Maker to get that one secured, but gosh darn.
And what a great setup here for Boise State. They're having that double peak, so they have just the firing squad from Panda and Shells there to kind of get everyone they need to down, and then Dreammaker flanking.
Yep. Just shoot over my shoulder, it'll be fine.
And you see Dreammaker immediately starts just kind of sprinting over there, and he's ready for this kind of the last kill to help him out here.
My goodness.
And just a great job, Boise State. Honestly, just by letting him take sight there and holding that firing squad, because they know they have the gun advantage there, and they can kind of play that angle here. But this could be the test of the first round here. We're seeing UNLV obviously have those Vandals and Phantoms kind of have, whereas Boise State's going to be on a bonus here.
It's also interesting, UNLV even...
Oh, Sky does an op.
Oh my gosh, already going full buy for that. Goes for the updraft.
Ooh.
Those are the angle to be shot there, and they'll take one out.
Great peek there. Kind of was looking at the other side here. They didn't see him going to... Yeah, Stay. Got to be careful at Nest here.
This has got to be a dangerous flick here for Skies. Consider that there's no one popping through towards where the orb is, so maybe looking up now towards... And Shell's also covering this bottom half of this section, means that Skies has the opportunity to just continue to watch that upper place.
They definitely heard that trap go down there, but you do see one person from UNLV, that Chamber, kind of playing that B flank still at him. Yeah, he's kind of just slowly taking this here. I think Panda knows he's here, or at least kind of has an instinct that he's here, so UNLV actually is going to do that full rotate here. Boise State is not too postured for this hold here. We're seeing the Viper wall go out here. And here comes the utility, and UNLV is going to start playing as well. So Boise State is going to be playing this post-plant retake here.
Yeah, right on the perfect corner.
And that's kind of why that stage gets so much value here. You can kind of plant that wall, get to safety, and then kind of hold it after.
More walls now from the Viper. Boise State looking to swing into the yellow boxes. Shoots through the clouds. Won't find it. Skies will find one with the operator.
He's very low now, though.
Dreammaker trying to collapse this up. They try to play for a retake. They're just going to stick it.
Yeah, they're just going to stick it.
No one's there stopping it. There was no position, no Viper to contest that.
I would say, I mean, Adam had his TP there, but he TP'd really far away there, and Fin 8 was just kind of too far as well, so it seems like Boise State just kind of held it, and then they knew that UNLV was so low there, so they just kind of held it down, and then next thing you know, UNLV just didn't peek it and just decided that, okay, we'll just kind of stay alive here, I guess.
I think the mentality is what? To forego the round and save that 2,900.
I think the reason being is, they're so low there in terms of both of them are both sub 30 HP there, so they're like, okay, we'll just get out and try to hold it as well. We got the plant down, we got money, so we'll just go with that and kind of hold these guns for next round.
Boise State really showing strong. Now they have firepower equal to that of UNLV. Recon Dart tries to catch members from UNLV hovering mid, but they've already made their moves onto A. This will be their first full attempt at an A push. Here comes the ropes. Here comes that verticality you had mentioned. And they're all sliding forward. Georgia the Jung will be damned. Potato and Bacon finds one. Boise State will answer. Panda will find one as well. Shots across the board. The Guardians here. Potato Bacon getting a two-piece, a headshot, and a wall bang of that Owl drone. Trying to buy some time. No plant being given just yet. They haven't even hunkered down to say this is where we want to plant yet. They don't feel comfortable in that rotation. Dreammaker going to go for the recon. Gets instantly taken out. We'll find one. They'll start planting. Boise State being forced to now swing into action. A three-piece for Potato and Bacon. We had mentioned how this Jet is a huge boon for success for UNLV.
Yeah, and look at that. Potato and Bacon 4K, yeah. I mean, I really do think that, you know, Potato and Bacon is a vital piece of this UNLV attack. I mean, usually he's kind of the one getting it going, seeing those first bloods, and really starting something. And UNLV does a great job of kind of playing around that as well. I think the biggest thing is they just got to figure out how to enable him to keep going, because it's not just a one-man show when it comes to Valorant. I mean, you can be, like, you know, one of the best players ever, but if you don't have utility and stuff backing you up, you're just going to lose to either a trade or a crossfire that can, you know, go something like that.
Yeah, even if you are a god, you're still 1v5ing at that
Exactly,
point. And one member from each team just has to hit one bullet and you're gone.
Exactly, that's why we got to see that Sova Dart and Sova Drone and stuff like that. You got to have the utility kind of helping him out there.
They picked up the operator.
He did, yeah. Potato Bacon does have the operator and he is going to be using it.
Knives going to be pulled out from Skies this time. Cook looking for something. Challenge.
Yeah, so there's nothing in tube here, so he actually is going to have a full flank, yeah. Looks like there's a chamber trap to the right of that. Viper Spit coming out for Boise State here. Panda is going to be using that.
He actually finds one, gets the full reset, 5 knives back in there, give me those back. Finds an opportunity for a second one, doesn't flick in time.
I like that. He knows there's people there, he kind of backs up here.
Yeah, you got to wait for a more opportune angle. Again, Boise State, a team that does just so much with information that they gather, and they got to wait for that information to be gathered for them to make a
very insane angle there. Does get shot once.
It's shot in the arm or something. 30 HP remaining. One.
Unfortunately, unfortunately does miss out.
3v3.
UNLV does have a gun advantage here. I will say. I do want to point that out here.
Get out of my way.
Looks like the knives are coming here from Potato. Yep.
Wow. I mean, they're really committing to this here. They're going
and here comes the Viper Spit. Yep.
You can't use it again unless you burn it. You're gonna go for the plant.
See that I'll say that Viper Spit actually covers a lot of ground here. We can kind of hold these angles here. So Boise State has to be really careful about these vertical angles, especially right now.
The spectator is just a god right now.
And Cook does get to pick on the Skies.
The highlights there. They're watching every angle. There's no point of entry.
This is a big opportunity for Dreammaker here, though.
Finds himself up. Parallel, he's up on the sky.
There he is, the throw
through the ropes. But he gets just gunned down. Potato and Bacon with the shorty of their own. They actually pick it up. He's going to get things 3-2. UNLV, again,
Good try there for Boise State, though, but that Viper's Pit, once they got in the site there, makes it really hard for Boise State to get in there because you have the verticalities covered. And Jet did have that right click, unfortunately, for Dreammaker, so he does go down to that. He does lose the knives, of course, but just overall a great try there to kind of get things off guard there.
He tried to move in with the swiftness to try and go for some nice flicks, but just doesn't.
I'll say, sometimes you just got to kind of hope that that rope kind of RNG helps. Because you're pretty accurate on the rope, but you're not, like, super accurate.
Right.
So you kind of have to hope that it's accurate enough for you to kind of get that headshot, but unfortunately didn't go through. And now UNLV is now 3-2, and it looks like Boise State, I think, is on a, an eco round here. Yeah,
they have shorties, a Marshall. It's a weird smorgasbord of guns right now. Trying to find
smorgasbord?
Oh, yeah. It's a word, I think.
Yeah, no, okay.
I'm old, okay? I think this really does show, though. Boise State showing the first 3 rounds that they know how to hold B, but this A push has been nothing but UNLV. They need to figure out a way to deal with this.
Oh, Potato and Bacon just peeks that, gets first one down. Skies just get a shorty kill on a Cook, though.
Oh, Calvin trying to just
gets one.
Gets one. Ties it up 3-3. They actually take out the operator where someone else can pick that one up.
Skies does have a Vandal, but he has 30 HP.
He's got the updraft. And grabs the verticality. There it goes. They hear that from behind. Now they have to clap as a unit, but they don't do so. Infinite just locks it down with laser precision. Spike not planted yet, though. They feel still pressured. They're going to swap out to mid towards CT spawn. Oh, an attempted flick. Does not find it. Goes up to ramp. And Heaven here on A site. Oh, they get the res, too. It's a 2v4. The most they could hope for is some exit kills.
Great job by Dreammaker, gets that trade.
Can't be challenged.
Good try there. That is a very thin wall to shoot through, so.
Oh, Shell's trying to find it.
He wants to shoot through, but I think he just doesn't want to waste the bullets here.
A nice collapse. It's a 1v1. There's still some time here. Okay.
Oh, great job by Infinite there, yeah.
That is such an informed way to use your wall. I mean, that's a difference maker for any Sage.
Honestly, that's a really good eco for Boise State there.
Yeah.
I mean, it forces UNLV to replenish 4 guns there on the side of and an operator. So unless Infinite did get it back there, but overall, just a great job of an eco in terms of Boise State there. It is going to tied up now, but the thing is they'll be able to buy, and then UNLV I think should be able to buy as well. But if they lose this round, it should be a good start to going there. Yeah, we'll see. They did have a lot of money there, so Potato and Bacon, I think they did get the op back from Infinite did get that operator back because they do have pretty good eco still standing here. Skies is going to go with an operator as well, though.
Yep. This is going to be this is where things started to get a little cattywampus for Boise State.
Playing a good angle here. Oh, he looks for the drone.
They drop the operator, and it's going to be completely collapsed on by the members of UNLV. No time to re-get that gun. Comes the
Shells.
Ooh, nice. And they get the Hunter's Fury with the tag. It's almost enough. So much damage. They get taken down.
Does tag him.
And there goes the ultimate from Chamber, picking up 2. Boise State may have lost 1, but the retaliation is here. They have 2 members up towards Heaven. The Tour de Force is here, available. Probably, as you mentioned, about 3 shots now. Now the time waits. Spike being dropped has yet to be picked up yet again. So we'll go for the plant. Recon dart, but the wall is able in the corner there. Just enough coverage to deter that. Oh, nice shot in the slows there. Nowhere to go, nowhere to run, and Boise State will answer back.
Absolutely, and we can see Boise State just doing a great job. That was a pretty overall just back and forth round there. We didn't know what kind of was happening. I mean, Skies did get picked off at the beginning there. The drone kind of baited him off there, and as soon as that drone kind of came out, Potato Bacon had a great peek working off that drone. And that's kind of what I was talking about with UNLV enabling him. I mean, having that utility to make sure that, hey, we can help him, play the advantage there, because if he has an advantage, he's going to win that. But unfortunately, the thing is Boise State had a great post plant. Dreammaker stops the plant with a shock dart, then he hits him with the Hunter's Fury, tags him with that, gets 1 down. That's their Sage down. So overall, Boise State had a great kind of crossfire angle. And I will say Boise State's strength seems to be they kind of hold these angles very well, and they're really good at playing off each other with those peaks. So
I like in the sense that it's a mirror matchup. Sure, they understand that Jet should be the op carrier.
Oh, that's going to be a crazy shock dart.
Doing it, though, and they've opted for Shells to be the op carrier. What a great dart.
I think he was trying to go for the trap there. The whatchamacallit, the chamber trap. And I think he's playing on the right side there, so that would be cool. Pretty cool lineup. Infinite does get Panda down, though. Oh, look at Skies, though. Has a huge flank. No one's looking at it. Gets one.
Finds one. Goes for two. And put him on an AR. No ops allowed for you for the rest of the game. He's popping off with that Vandal. Cook available.
Yeah, he's also in a huge flank here.
Opportunity, yeah.
It is a 2v4 though. Wait, Cook's gonna come up right behind Shells, I believe. Yep.
Oh,
gets
he
one.
An operator of his own if he wants.
Oh, Potato Bacon holding the corner. Does get one.
My goodness, he's back in spawn, and it's gonna work out well for him.
They knew Viper's there. Viper has
the flank from Cook again.
No armor. He does have the knives up for Potato and Bacon again, though, so he could pop those potentially. Cook gets another pick.
Finds another pick.
And a great Viper split by Boise State. They do have the spike down here, so they're just going to lock it down. Here comes the knives.
Oh,
gets
right click to slide forward with the shorty. That's not enough.
1v1 here.
It's a 1v1, but the Viper spits down now. Going to start the healing on himself.
Got to be careful with these angles.
Neither of these two have any armor. He's waiting for the full HP bar. The wall's still there. Just has to play for spike or just play for time. Can he sprint? He can still sprint back to B.
I think he did hear him for the heal, though, but...
He's going to start. He's going to go for the plant. He can't stop it. Just push on forward.
If he stops it, he wins. Oh, unfortunately.
Oh. I think you had to just ego peek that, knowing that he doesn't have time to
I think he definitely was thinking about maybe that, you know, he was going to fake plant at the very end, but it's a very risky play there.
There's no time for him to
Cook does, and
a third kill.
And UNLV kind of just reverse carded, I mean, Boise State there.
Yeah.
I mean, we saw Cook have a huge flank, do the exact same thing as Skies did right there, but unfortunately the flank and the double angles is too hard to hold there. Yeah. And overall, I mean, Potato and Bacon had a great job of the knives, the right click, getting that pick for one, and kind of allowing this 1v1 to happen.
And that wouldn't have happened to Boise State succumb to him just camping back in spawn.
Yeah, I think I'll say
angle.
They definitely got a little too aggressive there because Potato Bacon had that operator and they peeked him when that, you know, they had no idea where he was. So, you know, I think they were trying to get some space there, but unfortunately they had no idea where he was and kind of went with that.
Yeah, their information gatherer was still alive.
I think Dreammaker went down pretty early on.
Oh, well, if that's the case, then they had no way to get information. Oh my, what an explosive exchange! Both teams just slaying on out.
Oh, Calvin
still alive.
Playing close to his wall here, though.
Playing under and to the side. Not really a very typical angle to peek. And Potato Bacon won't peek this. He actually fall Infinite.
Yeah, I'd say, yeah.
Calvin's secret hidey hole will be met and found by the other Sage player. Very typical 1v2.
Oh, he does go down from headshot there.
What a cloud burst.
Yeah.
For the one-way there. He's got in a corner. There's not a lot of room for him to move. They just have to collapse in tandem.
And Vinay is pretty low, though. He's probably going to wait for that heal to come back up.
The jump for the base.
Oh, they went at the same time.
Up the rope, but neither of them get downed. Up in heaven, there will be the collapse. Infinite popping off big time this
I'll
round.
say that was a great flank from Infinite there at the very end to kind of secure that kill. But overall, did a great job of how his jet goes up high and he goes low and finds Calvin so he doesn't get that flank there.
Yeah.
Overall, I think Boise I think they forced that round actually there, so they're going to be on a save round here. They get 3 on the side of, you know, UNLV, so that doesn't, you know, their ecos still kind of had to buy here. If they do win this round somehow, that is a pretty big detriment to their eco as well. Right. So, but overall, it looks like UNLV kind of has the advantage this round for sure in terms of Boise State kind of ecoing here.
And they'll take the lead for the first time this map as well.
That's true.
Panda holding B, as they have done so many times in the past. Will be collapsed on by the full firepower. Cook will find themselves to an early respawn. Oh! You have the revive available. Here comes the collapse. They put down the Sage wall and they actually push forward into it. Panda gets taken out with the quickness, and again, lack of firepower will be the result. Slow orb stopping much progression from that side from CT, and maybe towards mid would be the rotational call. Boise State can't afford to go for a flank. So instead, they'll just kind of man-mode themselves onto the point. Skies will take out one. Infinite will answer. They do still have the res available. They cannot afford that time for the res to go through. They're playing so carefully around this age while Infinite is waiting in line and wait. Calvin will find one. There goes the resurrection. It's a 1v3. And UNLV still popping off.
So close there. And,
actually,
you know, Blair has 49 HP there, so just really close by Boise State there. And unfortunately, it goes on. It was an eco round for Boise State, though. So, you have to understand that, hey, eco round happened. It was really close. They just got to keep their heads up. Hey, you know what? We still in this next round here and go into the second half. It's going to be a big round, I think, for Boise State to kind of win in terms of eco and stuff like that. I do wish we kind of saw maybe a timeout here, or maybe previously. Yeah, I think the momentum is obviously kind of going towards with UNLV kind of on like a 5-0 streak here. So I think it would be kind of beneficial to kind of call a timeout maybe and kind of, you know, close out, just figure out what, to reset a little bit. But we'll kind of see here as Boise State kind of holds these angles as well. They are going to have a bye round here, so they actually have 2 rounds left, but you know, it's 4-6. They could go a 6-6 again, you know, just like last map here though, but Boise State got to keep playing well and kind of play discipline here.
They're picking things out. They're playing reserved. Viper wall coming up.
But yeah, it is as well.
They don't have a Viper of their own on this side this time. They're shooting out all the utilities. Sage wall has yet to be used. Will be used
Interesting
now.
Sage wall. They're actually going to kind of isolate this snowman here.
And they will get punished. The spike dropped. 2 members dropped as well. They'll answer their own. Pick up the spike. Return back for a plant. Viper's pit will be used. It's a 4.
Shells isn't a good spot though. So unfortunately, if the longer he stays in here, the decay is going to happen where he can honestly just only take 1 bullet here.
But he's completely on the flank.
So I was going to see him. Oh, unfortunately, yeah, that's a difference.
Around.
That's a difference of kind of that decay. He's going to find Panda on it.
So 3v3. Viper's pit will stay as long as Viper's in the pit.
Skies does have an operator though, but if he has a shorty as a secondary, can do some good damage here.
Use both Vipers trying to take members with the
Panda gets a hit down.
Oh, but
Gets one.
Continues to pop off. It's a 1v1. Oh, this is where Skies needs a pop up, and he gets the headshot. Does he have enough time?
Yes, he does.
Definitely does, yeah.
Wow, what a retake there from Boise State. Playing in that Viper's pit, getting the Viper's pit kill as well. Panda had a huge kill right there. I think that really was honestly the round-winning kind of kill there. Gets the Viper's pit down. Skies has a great job with the class there. Gets 1 gun and finishes off a pit of bacon and gets the defuse. I mean, huge round of Boise State here. It's going to be 5-6 here. It's going to the last round. I think the biggest thing here, though, is Boise State doesn't have the best credits here for this last round. They can't full buy. So I think they're going to be having a lot of variety here, yeah.
Guys has ops, Sky has knives.
But UNLV's in the same spot, it seems like.
You use all your money towards a team member here if you're Sky.
Yeah, so both teams are actually going to have a kind of wonky, they're going to have wonky buys from each team here. Boise State can have a couple buys as well.
Do you have the op up? Shells has it.
Yeah, I think they kind of are holding this angle there.
Yeah, he's got a shorty with knives, so that's going to be
that's going to be the difference.
His arsenal. They do have Hunter's Fury for retake.
I don't think it tagged him. Sombrero's not going to be able to use that Hunter's Fury with that tag there. Might be saving it for post-plant.
Giving the spike over.
Potato Bacon is really far in there.
This is that full frontal that cost them so much last round. Can it do the same thing? They're going to go for the plant.
Oh, the wall is there to break it down this time.
Not actually stop.
1 for 1, though. It's still 4v4.
Chamber's still alive for Boise State. Means that they do still have the operator on lockdown. Dreammaker trying to find just a few more kills. Trading back and forth. Sky's still alive. Gets a full reset of knives. Here comes a recon to it. Finds one. And Dreammaker finds the crouch toggle to go for the reset for the spray. He'll find 2 members, though. They still have yet to find an angle. It's going to be a 1 versus 1 yet again. Can Skies do it? No! He cannot clutch it up.
Very close.
Continuing. You know, giving the spike up means that he wanted to play that entire fight back.
Yeah.
And he did. And he waited for information to be given, gave information to his teammates, continued to play this kind of back approach, and ended up winning it out.
That was very close there.
Yeah.
But it seems like we're going to go 7-5 into the second half here with, UNLV leading, but I think by no means is that, too bad there as well. So we should kind of see Boise kind of pick up a little bit, see what they need to, fix or, kind of go with here. And it looks like I think Dreammaker's doing kind of the same dart that Blairo was doing. I think it might be the same kitchen and kind of do the traps here, but we'll see. Probably has some crazy lineups going.
That's so cool that people have figured this out,
Oh, I mean, Sova has all the lineups. Yep. Yep, and it's actually get the trap from Chamber there.
So that means that tunnel's available. Cook will defend this, though, now, and that forces a resource off a crucial point. Boise State still kind of figuring out what point they want to attack with.
I like the trip from Shells playing that mid there, making sure that, they know UNLV is a really aggressive team there, so just want to make sure that no one kind of flanks there.
We'll lose half his health for doing so, but information gathered, and as long as he can click first and click more accurate, it doesn't matter.
Yep, and they're kind of slowly come up here.
Creeping forward. They're going to attack from 2 different sides. Actually, I have one going into tunnel now. Both Vipers will be meeting in the kitchen. Oh, but it looks like UNLV is going to send one back towards A.
I think he sees him. Yep.
A fine death.
And this is a huge now flank opportunity for Boise State. Their Viper is going to be combating with the other Viper there towards Kitchen. No, they keep turning away. Dreammaker finds yet another kill.
And now they're just going to rotate B. They have shells already there and a huge flank. Yep.
There's no way for Sage to get to B now.
And I think the Panda kill definitely stems off of that shock dart.
Yeah.
I mean, that shock dart goes, destroys the chamber, and then obviously he can play that really slow kind of flank there, because the moment that tube's open, it makes it so hard for you to kind of hold those different angles into that flank. That's exactly what happened. Infinite does get a kind of a dink onto Panda there.
They know where he is.
Still a 4v1 though. And then now they know that he's going to be going through that mid there. And yep, and Shells can kind of play that angle there. Great job, Boise State. They slow play that, and this is what I've kind of seen from Boise State's attack recently, and coming from Haven as well, is they'll kind of fan out, not really a default, but they'll look for that one pick, and then they'll have that one available, and then just rotate and kind of push that other one. So does a great job of that. And then just immediately rotates, hey, knows, okay, still 3v5. He does peek there, and they had them holding it, so Potato Baking. If he would have held there, they could have played that maybe that retake and tried to go for that. But unfortunately, he did go for that peek and just kind of did lose there.
Yeah, it's more of Boise State waiting and lying in wait for a mistake or an opportunity to happen. Collapse on it as a team, make use of what advantage they gain.
Oh, Adam gets a pick right away on the Shells.
An insta headshot. Bablara will
Panda gets two.
Picked down. Panda and team Dreammaker picking up another one, picking up that second round Bulldog.
Last player standing.
It's going to be a 1 versus 3. Boise State picking up the spike, going to move on over to B. Going to heal up the members there. Should get him to, I think, full. Not putting it real close, but Blauer just playing it patient. Has just the classic. We'll pick up a gun here.
Oh, he is to the left of him though. Does get a dink onto Blaireau. I think Sky is just gonna let him go.
He's gonna chase him. They know where he may be. They don't know where he is currently. He's gonna peek around.
Yes, they
here.
definitely know he probably went through mid here. I think they do hear him now, though. They definitely hear him now.
He's sprinting away. Owl drone not gonna find him either.
And Blaireau's still there. Skies is still coming for you. Skies was kind of a bounty hunter that round, and he kind of saw him and just slowly started to trail him there.
Yeah, I think Bablara heard some like Jaws music coming over from Skies. Like, oh, there's a giant.
He's trailing
shark at me.
That was a great job, though. So Boise State, I think, ties now. 7-7 here for the side of, both teams kind of tying up here. This is going to be the first buy round from UNLV, though, but that's why I kind of like the Bulldog buy here from Boise. Kind of allows you to go for that next round and have more of a chance. They have 3 Bulldogs now, so they have that right click, and if you hold those angles, it's actually a really good gun.
Yeah.
I think he's going to do the same shock dart. I wonder if they're going to make the same mistake and play. Nope.
Do you know the Bulldog trick? Also the
they got rid of it.
Did they?
Yeah, the fire rate stuff, the aim, they did. Yeah, the right click they did get. They fixed it this patch actually.
No.
In 4.07, I believe it was.
Rip. Owl drone shot out. Infinite.
It might be 08. I can't remember. But
information.
Yeah, clear the back of the site with that dart. I think they do have the owl drone available. They could kind of use that to take over this B site here. Panda is still playing that mid and kind of holding it though. And they're gonna slow play this kind of B long. Sage immediately kind of going with it.
Just going to force action from Boise State. I guess it's a way to play proactive, and UNLV likes to try and be that proactive team. It's just not like a defense mentality. Nice shot onto the slow. We'll take some nice chip shots, and Shells will be dangerously dropped down low, and Hell is forcing the Sage Shield to come out. He can re-peek with this ADS pistol. Only 4 shots left, though. So conservative, so patient is Boise State. You mentioned how they like to play with a pick in mind or available.
Yeah,
UNLV's not affording.
I would say the biggest thing here though is Boise State is now against the timer. And the thing is UNLV ended up kind of rotating out there, and Panda actually gets killed into Infinite 8. I don't know, maybe UNLV thought that they rotated even though they didn't really hear anything. I think they had one mid there, unfortunately.
Blind shots from Bablaro. I know that one.
It is going to be the post plant here now, though, from Boise State. They do have a trip in the flank, though, so they can kind of all focus their attention here. Ooh, great molly.
Dreammaker taking out one. Cook will find yet another nice headshot, 3v3. The spike is still ticking. Dreammaker finding shots and after shots. That's a 3-piece. Can he get the 4K?
Oh, Cook had a really good play.
He just has to play for time. Just deny the defuse. But he doesn't. They peek around the corner. Cook is insane. That is like one of the most ego moves I've seen in a long time.
Oh my gosh, they actually end up taking the round there by 0.14 seconds there. I do want to say that Cook play was genuinely insane. And what I mean by that is this guy really gambled here. I mean, he played it inside the Viper smoke that could drop at any second there, and then he just pushed it and just was ready for him.
Well, he didn't do anything wrong. He pulls out melee weapon for the speed boost, goes for the one tap onto Dreammaker, runs back with the melee weapon as well. Just wasn't enough time.
Exactly. At the end of the day, I mean, they stalled enough, and that was a really close round there for Boise State. And that's
0.14 seconds.
And the thing is, though, that was Boise State's bonus round. They have enough for this round. They have enough for these Vandals and Phantoms, whereas UNLV is going to have to do a save here. We see, you know, a couple guns here. I think we saw like a Marshall, but Skies instantly takes him down. Does have the Aldrum kind of sneak out. Got to make sure you clear that. You don't want to get cheese there.
Yeah, wait for the 4 members to pass by and just blink, 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 done. Boise State going for an A take here. Gets the orb. Potato Bacon actually finds Skies through the window there with a nice headshot. Those Sage Walls going to be dropped down.
They do, like, they use a decent amount of utility here, though.
Shells will find his counterpart.
And that's going to be what they're kind of going to use to rotate, I think, here. It's kind of the Boise State's plan here.
Plan through mid. Nice chip shots. Get Sky down to, I think, about 1 HP. Going to force out the Sage Shield if they can reconnect. They're going to force themselves onto point B. This is their prime. This is where they're most comfortable. Sage Shield only brings them up to 61. This could be a trade of blows. 2 versus 3. The Viper's Pit will be used, shots into it, and the Sage Wall as well. Onto this corner, have to turn away like you mentioned, or the wall will fall, and it doesn't matter. Boise State playing with confidence, 9-7. And
that's a big run they kind of need. They only lose 2 there, which is, you know, as you don't want to lose too much there because this is your kind of the round that you need for the next round there. So UNLV does kind of go down here at this point. I could see a timeout coming from them soon. I think
they need to.
I think if they lose this round here, they'll probably call timeout. For sure. So I definitely kind of, I guess we'll most likely see that soon. Last time they called a lot of timeouts in this series here, but you know, they've only seen 1 so far, and that was when UNLV was actually leading 6-4 in that first game. So
yeah, it's interesting that they didn't try to do it while they were on attack, but possibly 1 timeout remaining.
The Viper's Pit being popped here by UNLV. Looks like that's on A main there.
Yeah.
Panda does kind of, you know, sometimes that dart just does die. Dreammaker going to kind of see him. Does use that same, almost kind of hit him there, honestly.
Yeah.
Doesn't find him too much. Does get shot, though, so they have no idea really actually is.
Shock dart's being used. Recon not available for another 15. The spray and pray mentality while Boise State continues to look for a pick elsewhere is going to be the name of the game.
Oh.
To get some points.
He did hit him a little bit there.
Just a little bit. Cook just like, please stop. These bullets are all around me. Cut it out. A lot of ammo being used, though. Boise State not getting that advantage.
W Panda is just sitting right into, not too far enough.
They plinked him down to half.
Say Panda's, I like this Panda spot because he's not playing where it triggers it, but if they do try to rotate, he's going to be ready for it.
Yeah.
Boise State, once again, kind of just playing the back of sight here. They do know that Viper's Pit is A, and it's kind of a troublesome here. But the thing is UNLV knows they have Viper's Pit there, but they're still overloading 3A. Like, they still have 2 on B kind of being, you know, I guess exposed. But I think that's why Potato Bacon has this operator. Does find one. Has a dash still available. He can play really aggressive here. W Panda has actually gone into
the kitchen here.
The
kitchen counter.
It has a great flank.
He gets slowed. He'll get him himself.
4v2.
Anyway, Boise State collapsed elsewhere, and this is looking dangerous for UNLV. 2 members, although they are the more accurate ones, gonna double wall up. Use the wall as cover. Fake a plant. Cook will find shots. Cook will find 2.
He didn't hold it though.
Did not.
He could have just won the round right there.
Yeah. It's a difficult thing. Can he win this? No, he cannot. Cook.
And
despite being a savior in the past, did not do it.
I do want to say, I mean, in Fin 8, like, I guess he didn't know where they were, but he had 2 walls on each side of him. If he holds that round's over there.
Yeah, guess what happens when you have 2 walls? You can see where you're being shot from 2 different angles.
And I think motto right there is pros don't fake. That's all I'm saying.
That's what I'll say, too.
But Boise State will take the round. I mean, hey, at the end of the day, they will take the round there. Kind of a blunder there from UNLV, kind of just, you know, not really holding that down. Of course, it is hindsight at the end of the day, but, you know, kind of going from there, you have a numbers disadvantage there. But
put the econ in in a down bad way.
Yeah, it is 10-7 now, and UNLV doesn't call timeout once again there. Great kind of smoke. It looks like UNLV is going for a really aggressive mid pull. He doesn't hit him, actually. Shells gets
nice
one.
Teleport there.
Oh.
It doesn't matter. The knives are still here. It's a 3
He does get the
versus
reset.
4. Yeah, he gets the full
They
5.
got to be careful about this
Uses
Potato
another
Bay. They
one.
have the spike now, actually.
Oh, he
There's the
dashes.
dash.
He has, I think, maybe one more tail.
I think it's. Oh, yeah. But yeah, I think he has two or more, two to three more knives, though.
Yeah,
he has 2, 3, maybe.
We used one before that. He used 2.
Oh, great shot by Dreammaker.
Dreammaker going to find an angle here towards the left.
Not far enough.
Out by the Tour de Force.
Say Adam does get him.
2v3. Huge firepower on the side of UNLV right now. Having 2 agents that can kind of boost their firepower just to the river.
Oh, he has a flank. Cook goes down.
Opportunity. Calvin will find the
res is
equalizer.
up.
They have the resurrection.
Yep, I think they're to go back, play for the res, and go for this ace site here.
40 seconds remaining. This is the perfect time to do so. Get Shells back here. He still has the ult active? I did not know that. You get res while you die. While
Yeah, same with Jet Knives.
That's awesome.
Oh!
With the double headshot. Will Wallace off for Boise State as well. It's going to be a 1v2.
Shells with the hero res.
He has 1 bullet available. Has a gun.
He only has 14 seconds left. And he
gets a spike.
Yeah.
Got to go back up to try and go for the plant, but he doesn't.
I think he's just going with the save.
Yeah.
I think he realized it was too risky for them to go onto a site here and, try to go for the time. But this is the thing that you kind of run into when you start playing this slow style that Boise State is if UNLV does hold correctly or at least stops you on both sites, like if your lurk doesn't go B well or your A doesn't go well, the thing is they can kind of hold these angles where they know you have to be sprinting there. And Finney held an angle. He knows that Boise State's low on time, so the moment he stops them there, it's really hard for them to actually go on site there. And that is the one, I would say, the big disadvantage of kind of defaulting and spreading out like this is if nothing goes your way,
you're out of time.
You're forcing, and now you're playing into the hands of UNLV there. So overall, they had some good opportunities there. Of course, it didn't go through there, but at the very end of the day, we'll see what can happen here.
They say hesitation is the secret.
He does get tagged though. Adam is tagged, but unfortunately, did
not escape. The teleport is there.
I think he TP'd where he couldn't see his last echo there. Wow, Potato Bacon does get a through the wall kill on Panda.
This has the operator feeling comfortable with themselves. It was a menace to Boise State last time we saw these 2 teams face off. Continuing to be a thorn in the side for this roster as well. Boise State now down 1. It's a play into 5. And as you mentioned, with the way that they like to play the game, time is of the essence. UNLV may have just figured that out. Boblaro finds an interesting flank, or Sky's just a little bit too far forward. Will be taken down 3-5. They have a Hunter's Fury of their own for shots exchanged.
Great trade there from Calvin. Oh, does get tagged though. Oh, and Potato Bacon does to find Shells.
The wall will be taken down slower, will be thrown through it. They will find it. Infinite will peek, and so big amount of momentum swinging both ways. It's clearly no one's game just yet.
Absolutely, and we're going to see Boise State kind of spreading out here. It is now 10-9, so UNLV is kind of bringing it back. I mean, Boise State, I think, is going to have a buy round here. It looks like, Skies does have the knives, so it's have 1 light armor, but the rest of them, they do have full armor here. So not the worst-case scenario, but are going to be ready. So we're seeing them kind of ready to go here.
Get out of my way.
Knives are being popped instantly.
Doesn't see them.
Yeah, doesn't get the tick out.
Boise State kind of still on this plan. Oh, Bacon is playing a very aggressive angle on top of this little perch here.
Yeah, this is very far forward.
He should be really careful.
Very comfortable. As long as they get the dash uninterrupted, they're comfortable making this attempt at play.
Yeah, they're kind of on to this. They do have 2A here. Slow playing here. Looks like Boise State is really just seeing if UNLV is going to budge, but it seems like so far no bites yet. See Dreammaker kind of slowly going into that little cubby there on B.
They're trying to find any sort of advantage they can pick.
They do have to say they have 50 seconds left. Infinite does get picked on the Shells there.
Yeah.
Ooh, Potato Bacon, they're going to be going right into him.
The knives are out.
Skies does have an angle here. If he can get the first one. Oh! Does try to crouch peek it, trying to get the angle. Oh, he's ready for two. Oh!
Gets the reset. Still gets tagged up by the bolt from the Owl drone. Babaro going to retreat full sprints. And
the thing is, though, is UNLV is all here, though. They are ready for this. Boise does not have that much time left, so they have to play off the clock here. Skies does get one.
Oh my gosh.
Does get traded.
3 versus 2. Can Boise State coalesce themselves? Panda gets a huge pick here. And they find it. Dreammaker finds yet another one. They have enough time to plant. And it's a 1 versus 1.
Panda's very low, though.
He's just one breath away. Sneezes on him and he'll fall. You get the defuse, and that ties things up 10-10.
Ooh, it was unfortunate timing there from Dreammaker. He just tried to look for the left there, but unfortunately, he just doesn't look left close enough. And as soon as he doesn't, he gets the advantage here. Now it's tied up 10-10 in the series here.
Spicy.
It is very spicy.
Gets the shots, gets taken down a lot. Just looks right, just a little too soon.
Absolutely.
You look towards the angle where your Viper was, you know.
And I think the biggest thing here now, though, is the mental kind of fortitude. You did have a lead. They did catch up. But the thing is, you got there in the first place. You can do it. You have got the 10 rounds here. It's a very close game here. So I think at this point, you kind of have to claw in. It is going to be a save round here. You get as much as you can, and then you kind of play off that. I like this. You know, BSU is swapping up here. They have not done this once yet. It's going to wall mid.
This is like the classic icebox move with the Viper and Sage. Cook will find one. Has the firepower.
Oh, does get a plant down, though.
He actually gets it down.
Viper's pit somewhere. Oh, Adam has a great spot there, though.
Angle. 1 versus 5. Unfortunately, Boise State gets the plant
It is planted up top.
It does offer a little bit of a unique opportunity. I thought that was going to go very catastrophic there for Dream.
That way, that got a little scary.
Yeah, the first miss was terrifying. They go for the plant.
Oh, good try. If I hit him for like 110 there, close. Overall, Boise got the plant. That's what they kind of needed there. They needed the plant for the money, and now they can have a lot of credits going into this next round. But it is looking close. It's looking real close here.
Yeah, this is kind of the part of the chess match where you're no longer thinking about the current move. You're thinking about 6, 7 moves ahead.
Absolutely. And so we're, it is going to be kind of a spooky spot here.
What a great angle too. You don't typically get to hold that and have it cash out for you, but UNLV, knowing that they planned it up, knowing that they were going to drop down to defend it, Boise State now has firepower equal to that of UNLV. Both teams, well, until Panda picked up the operator.
Yep, it is 10-11 here. This will be a big round for Boise State to win here. Looks like they're actually going to fast A this time. They're usually kind of playing slow, but it looks like they're just kind of rushing here, and looks like UNLV's not too ready for this.
They're not giving time to UNLV to set up. The counter setup's on there. Nice dash to the side. Only 70 HP left. Viper's pit will be used. Boise State coming through with as much firepower as they can. Cook will find Calvin.
Panda gets cooked, though.
Gets cooked.
Hunter's Fury coming down.
Here comes the Hunter's Fury. Dreammaker not the one using this time, but Blaro trying to do their best Dreammaker impression. Owl drone into the Viper's pit. Can they find anything? Adam finding an angle on the backside, and Dreammaker will actually fall. They go for the plant. They get it down. Viper's pit's still up. They're going to go for the bounces. The operator, here comes the shorty on top of the wall.
Oh, 2v1 though.
Skies and Panda will take out one of their own.
It's another shorty.
Another 1v1, the shorty versus Skies. Where is Skies? Where can they access from? They're up.
There we
top.
go.
They actually get it. Tied up 11-11.
And just like that, that was a crazy round, Bartel. Back and forth. We saw a lot of trades going. UNLV did a great job of playing that post plant with 2 shorty kills going in there. And honestly, really great trading from this team. They are ready for each thing. That it's blow for blow right now. You see one all this time, all the way through. And so Boise State picks up a really big round from them. I think the biggest thing here is that UNLV isn't going to have enough money, but Boise State, I think, is running low on funds here. They did just save the round beforehand and then bought. So I don't think they're going to have too much of a buy here. We're going to see this. Overall, not too bad. Just one SMG. Actually, UNLV running a double op here.
They need the firepower. They feel scared.
This is a big round for each team to win here. This kind of solidifies, if it does go to overtime at the very least here for whoever wins this. But the thing is, whoever wins this, the next round, they're going to be really broke in terms of credits here. So Skies gets a kick.
Gets one.
Yeah, gets a pick.
Operator is still available, I do believe, because Infinite is not the holder of that.
Boise State's a 5v3 on the site at the moment now, though.
Skies gets ticked down. Just 79 HP, can be healed up, but I don't think they're in danger range. You get an op shot anyway, you're down.
playing a little slow. Looks like Viper's kind of peeling off of this mid here because they have no idea where Boise State really is.
Yeah, again, they're not using information.
I like this play a lot here. Playing slow, once again to sight. Dreammaker doesn't find Skies in that smoke. Oh, Potato Bacon gets a pick. Oh, gets two.
Gonna dash up looking for a third one. The late stage wall.
Oh,
he actually gets stuck in the switching gun animation. The spike is down. Toxins are up. Boise State looking for an opportunity to grab that spike and maybe throw it down on the ground. But do they have it? Blar trying to find an angle, finds one. He gets a tag. They know where he is. They know where he's going to be. Hasn't picked up the spike just yet. Still around the corner. Still fighting with this team. And they still have an operator available, too.
They don't have much time, though.
Heaven. They are running out of time. They pick up the spike. They're going to go for the plant here. Going to pull down the screen. They stop it?
He did stop. He's planting.
It's going to be a 1v1.
Okay, it's 1v1 here. Does have the dart.
Nice recon dart. Does it find what it needs to? It does. Can he land the shots? The TP's there. But the final tick of the recon shows that he was no longer in that range.
I like this play a lot. He has 6 bullets left here. Adam has an op. And does get it!
Does it with the headshot! Boise State 1 round away.
Insane tenacity from this team.
Yeah.
Boise State, the last 2 rounds, really showing how much they want this game here, and it is so close. I mean, both these rounds have been 1-1, and you know, just really crazy at the very end. So it is now 12-11 for the side of Boise State. At the very least, we're going to overtime, Baratel. At the very least. But the thing is here is UNLV is not going to have that much money to buy here. They do have the knives.
2 operators.
They do have knives and tour de force though, so they do have those 2 options. Yeah, I say they do have those options on the field here.
They gave at least 1 operator to Boise State. They have knives here available for Skies. Just tearing things apart with those knives last time they pulled them out.
Absolutely. Skies got, I think, 2 last time with those knives.
He has to be able to push forward using the Viper wall to an nth degree up into tunnel. We haven't seen them really push as a team through this, but the whole squad's here. Cook will find one lacking, and behind the last duckling in the line will be taken down. Gonna float down to the ground. This guy's looking for a target. And he finds one. Evening it up. The tour de force on the other side will be an equalizer force. He finds yet another one, and there goes that tour de force. 3-3. Boise State has a full set of knives. Will be tagged up.
It's okay. He doesn't shoot it. Dreammaker gets another pick. It's a 3v2. It's a 3v1.
3v1. Boise State is one kill away. 4-1. Where is the Skies? Where is Potato and Bacon? He's got knives of his own. Can he pop off?
And they are going to ace site. They know exactly, hey, let's play our numbers. Let's not risk anything.
Let's go where the place where the least angles are. Goes for a recon dart. He'll find him.
No knives.
All the knives are there. Boise State will do it and close it out.
And they will go to the grand finals of the Mountain West Championship. They will go into the grand finals. Boise State take down UNLV in the semis. And what a great game that was. That was a crazy back and forth. Boise State had a lead, came back. Then UNLV kind of tied it up there, 10-10. And then Boise State did kind of tough it out there. It was 11-11 situation. Yeah. They come out there and win 13-11. That was a great job by Boise State. Playing tenacity and obviously a great try by UNLV. They really did a great job of coming behind both games and making both games really close.
Yeah, maybe it's a map difference. Maybe it's just the live energy going on. But
and Boise State, yeah, they had some great tenacity, some really hard rounds there too. It was not easy by any means. They came out on top though and played so well together at the very. Those last 2 rounds they played phenomenal. They just had their heads on top there and just used the mental advantage to their advantage. And wow. Yeah, what a series.
The key thing is this program in and of itself here at Boise State is one that forces adaptation.
Yep.
Between this matchup, the same 2 teams, we saw this last week, went completely the other way. Boise State made the necessary changes and were able to get this 2-0. It didn't even go to Game 3.
Yeah, I would say, I mean, that was a very close one, but I think winning that one, and there he is, he's ready to go. And what a, like, overall, just, you know, and this, obviously, they will be going against the Grands. They'll be playing against either Hawaii or San Jose. Yeah. I don't know if that's tomorrow or next week, probably next weekend, but usually that's how the Mountain West works there. But overall, I mean, I can't get over this game. I mean, those last, like, 4 or 5 rounds were all so clenching. They were all very close. There wasn't really a clear victor. I mean, especially those, like, you know, but that, you know, that 11 round and the 12 round that Boise State won was incredible. We saw 2 scenarios of trades back and forth, and 2 1v1s there at the very end that just Boise State came out on top. It could go either way there, especially, and so. Wow. I mean, what a rush overall there. And I don't know. I can't get over it there. And is there anything that you kind of want to say or saw there? Or?
I really do like the fact that they were willing to adapt, to make those changes necessary. And even the map pick itself, Icebox in and of itself, forced a way for both teams to play an entirely different comp. Granted, they landed on the same comp.
Yeah.
Just the way that they executed ended up being better. And at the end of the day, those 2 11 and 12 rounds, coin flips.
Yeah.
Could have went either way. We could still be playing right now in overtime, but ended up being that way. That coin flip ended up favoring Boise State.
Now the big question here, Barathel, is who's the player of the game here? Is the ICC? I will say, game 1, Calvin D went pretty nuclear. I mean, he had some really clutch rounds. I think he was I do want to say he was the key factor for them adapting that game 1. I think once they kind of swapped him to that A site, and he was a big, force in stopping that Neon kind of happen.
Yeah.
And he went 18-8, had a great round. That game 2, Dreammaker, I think, popped off. I think he had like 20 kills that same game, though. So I would say it's probably between those two overall. I think both did, very well. I think it's pretty hard to tell. I think for me, I definitely want to give it to that game 1 Calvin. I really think that if Calvin doesn't step up against that Neon, Boise State has a really tough time and even could possibly lose that first map. I think, obviously, Boise State overall, it takes all 5 members to come back in a game.
Sure.
But I think Calvin really stepping up in those couple of rounds that he clutched out and holding back the Neon that really stopped them changed the tide of the game. I mean, it was probably swaying one way, he swayed it the other. So overall, that's me. But, of course, you never know with these kind of – yeah, of course.
Dreammaker forced into multiple clutch situations and able to stop the buck there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Saying, nope, I got this. No, guys, just get in the backpack.
Absolutely. So, I mean, we'll have to kind of see who ends up being.
Yeah, it's not up to us.
And, of course, we're going to see it is going to be Skies. Okay. I mean, Skies played a very pivotal role here by, making that Jet, making those entries, making that Jet. I mean, when he's playing Jet, he's always having a threat on that operator. And I think that's the biggest thing. And not only that, but he can help entry as well. We've seen he had huge knives play this series. I think Icebox especially, he had like 3 rounds of the knives that he just went crazy on that, had really pivotal kills there. So the player of the game is brought to you by Idaho Central Credit Union, who believes a great player makes a team more successful, just like Idaho Central's helping members achieve financial success. And Skies is the Idaho Central Credit Union player of the game. Woo. And of course is deserved. We talked about those 2 players earlier, but Skies played a pivotal role there in both games, and really was a big factor. Yeah, especially. Yeah, I mean, when you do play that one duelist, it does kind of have a lot of pressure on you to make those plays and to make it happen, especially those knives. I mean, Jet knives allow you, especially when you're not buying a gun and stuff like that, it is kind of like, hey, you got to pop off and get one at least to, kind of reset that going and keep going. So overall, a fantastic series of both teams. I mean, both teams, it was so close, especially at the end there. So we saw it go one way before, now we saw it go this way as well. Is there any takeaways you kind of want to have before we go away here?
Yeah, I think that Boise State just continuing to show that adaptability is a key factor in their success. We saw it, proof in the pudding here tonight, taking on the same team twice back-to-back. First one didn't go their way. Second one, completely different game.
Absolutely.
And that's kind of what I like to see. And going into the grand finals, those changes need to be
exactly. I think Boise State has to make sure that they're not satisfied with this.
No,
I mean, it was still close in the day. Yeah, I said that it was still close to the end of the day, and I think the biggest thing is both the teams that are going to be going against either Hawaii or San Jose are very formidable opponents.
Yeah.
So I think the biggest thing is that they got to be ready for this next week of practice and stuff like that. See what their weaknesses are, see what their strengths are, see what the enemy teams are, and stuff like that, and do a really good job of preparing for that.
I can't wait.
And of course, was presented by Idaho Army National Guard, invites you to take your impressive critical thinking skills into real time with more than 10 jobs, offering a $20K bonus in your degree of choice paid for. The Idaho Army National Guard is the best team out there. And, of course, we want to say thank you so much for joining us today. It was a great series, and, of course, we'll see you next time for the series in the grand finals. So thank you so much for watching, and have a great night.